Hey students, so this is going to continue the previous notes. Now that we have reviewed what perpendicular and parallel lines are, just a reminder, perpendicular lines have slopes that are opposite reciprocals, meaning one's positive and one's negative. And then as far as the slopes go, you have a flipped version of the slopes. Parallel lines, you just got to remember slopes are the same. So here's an example of what we're going to do in this section of the paper. You're going to be calculating the slope or sketching two lines. And if they're going to be perpendicular, you're looking at opposite signs, so one positive, one negative, and then the reciprocal, the flip version of what you're given. So for example, 1 over 2, the flip version is 2 over 1, and 2 divided by 1 just simplifies to a negative 2. These, for example, the ones I sketched to match that, it's this one. You go up 1, run 2, up 1, run 2, down 1, run 2, down 1, run 2. So it creates this line for this 1/2. And then for the other one, we're going to flip it. So now we're going to go down and then right, down and then right. And then it's at the rise over run of 2 over 1. So we're going to go down 2 and then run 1, down 2 and then run 1. And then up 2 and then run 1, to the left, up 2 and then run 1. So this creates this perpendicular line to that yellow line. So there's a 90-degree angle right here. To show the example of parallel lines, so again, the slopes just have to be the same. So we double check the slope of 1 over 2, rise 1, run 2, rise 1, run 2. And then the other line will follow the same rise over run. We have another example here of rise 1, run 2, rise 1, run 2, drop 1, left 2, drop 1, left 2. So it creates a parallel line to the previous one. So that's what we're going to do in this section of the paper. You are given a point and a slope, and we're going to find the perpendicular slope to that and the parallel slope to that, and then we sketch lines for that. So starting with the point, just a reminder, it's xy. X is left and right. This is a positive 3 and then a negative 2 for the y. So positive 3, negative 2. So this is where the point is at. Now we're going to draw a line that follows the slope of 1 over 2. Rise 1, run 2. Rise 1, run 2. We're going to drop down 1, left 2, drop down 1, left 2. And you keep going, it just follows the pattern of this line. So this is the original line. We're going to go ahead and graph a parallel line. So with the parallel slope, which will be 1/2. And it could just be anywhere over here. Just pick one. It doesn't matter. I'm just going to pick 4 when the y-intercept is 4. And I'm going to follow the parallel slope, which is rise 1, run 2, rise 1, run 2, rise 1, run 2, and drop 1 and left 2, drop 1 and left 2. So that, if you notice, it creates those parallel lines that we were talking about in the previous example. And now let's do the perpendicular slope. So the symbol for perpendicular, remember, is the upside down T. And that will be flipping this, so 2 over 1 and negative. And this simplifies to negative 2. But when we graph it, we do want it in a fraction because this tells us a rise over a run. So being this the original line, we're going to drop down 2 from the point given, 3, negative 2, this one right here. We're going to drop down 2, run 1. Down 2, run 1, down 2, run 1. We're going to go up 2 and left 1, 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 until we create that whole line across the grid. So if you notice, this does create like a 90-degree angle right here, actually in both, because they're parallel, right? So this is an example of what you're going to do. Let's try one more time. We have this graph with this point of 0, 3. and the slope is negative 2/5. That means we're going to go down 2 and right 5. Down 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Down 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So just pretend that it keeps going. Up 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to the left. And up 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Somewhere over here. And we're going to sketch a line through that. So that is the original. And the parallel line has to have a parallel slope, a same slope, negative 2/5. So we're just going to select another point to plot that out. I'm just going to pick this one. Negative 1, 2, 3, 4. And we're going to do the same pattern of down 2 and across 5. Down 2 and across 5. Up 2 and across 5. Up 2 and across 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that creates this parallel. Sorry, my sketch is not perfect, but yes, right there. Parallel line to the original one. And then as far as perpendicular, we're going to have opposite sign, which is positive, because that's negative. So we're going to have a positive, and then 5/2. So the flip version of this. I forgot to circle this one green. All right, so the opposite from the original is this one. We're going to go up 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then across 2. Down 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and across 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and across 2. So this creates that perpendicular line to both of the parallel lines, specifically the original that they give you. All right, go ahead and practice to get better at this.